Please take the time to visit podsurvey.com/peasants to complete a short 21-question survey. Participants in the survey will be entered into a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. The survey can be taken multiple times, so feel free to visit back each month for your chance to enter the drawing. Please help support the show by using our Amazon links located in the description anytime you purchase anything from Amazon. It's a great way to support the show while just going about your normal business shopping on Amazon.com. Also, check out our storefront for Drunken Peasants recommended merchandise. Patreon pledges of $5 or more will now receive 2 private shows each month. In addition to the private shows, Patreon pledges of $10 or more will receive the Drunken Peasants post show after each episode of the Drunken Peasants, Ben and Billy's monthly shitty movie review, and regular behind-the-scenes vlogs with Ben and Billy. Sign up anytime to catch the future shows as well as past content. If you want to catch the post shows but you're not a patron, click the join link below this video to become a member of the Drunken Peasants channel. In addition to each post show, you'll also get special badges and emojis that you can use in the Drunken Peasants live chat. Streamlabs will be open for the duration of each episode. Click the link below to send us a message. Donations $20 and above will be read out through text-to-speech and will require our immediate attention. All donations below $20 will be read at the end of each segment. Keep an eye out for our weekly Streamlabs goal, which if we meet, we will do an extra show the following week. If you find any content you'd like to see us cover on the show, send it to drunkenpeasantsinbox at gmail.com. All submissions will be reviewed for possible usage in a future episode. Click the Discord link in our description to join the Drunken Peasants Discord. Interact with other Drunken Peasants fans in text and voice chat, as well as the peasants themselves. Visit the Google Play Store and download the Drunken Peasants app to catch the audio version of the show while you're on the road. In addition to the app, the audio-only version of the show is also available through iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud, and other audio platforms. That's all we have for now. Enjoy the show.
Nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I got to get with this.
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on you now. It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 603. And I'm the only person here right now. We decided to start early today to cover the debates. We forgot that they started so early. We live on the West Coast. You'll have to forgive us. Billy will be here in probably about 10 minutes. The debates, I believe, have already started. We're going to get in that soon. We're going to have Hannibal and Monty join us. I'm messaging Hannibal right now. Sorry, I can't talk and type at the same time. All right, so let's see where we are with the debate stuffs right now. Looks like Buttigieg is getting interviewed, so we're not into the actual debate itself yet. I'm going to bring Hannibal in here right now, and me and him will talk while we're waiting. I wonder who wrote this song. Oh, we got Hannibal and Monty. Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
So we are currently live right now.
We're live right now?
Yes, right now.
Awesome. What's going on, everybody?
I started early because of the debates, because they're going to start any minute here. Billy's a little late. He's on his way.
Okay. Well, let's do this.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's all good. Like I said, look, like they say.
I think Billy might be here. I'll be right back.
All right. There we go. It's just us, Hannibal. This is like when Wayne left Garth sitting in that thing by himself. I can't even see the chat on this.
I know. I'm getting to it now. So what's going on, Drunken Peasants fans? I am Hannibal the Beat Animal.
And I'm Monty.
And we are Hannibal and Monty from Hannibal and Monty Shit Show. Hannibal and Monty Shit Show. So
Did you see that Darth Vader's wearing a shit hat now?
You know what? I no bullshit. Thought that was caramel.
All right.
Nice. Like, man, look at that delicious hat.
We
All
are
right,
now
there we
good to
go.
go. Yes.
Yes.
So let's see where we are. This is the third Democratic debate from sunny, beautiful Detroit, Michigan. It hasn't started yet.
There's
So-
Buttigieg,
Yeah.
a.k.a. the Butter God.
Yeah, I'm going to wait till the actual debate stuff happens. I'm only showing debate footage.
Simply
So-
just the debate. We don't need this drivel, this contrived bullshit to make us feel like we're identifying with these presidential candidates as humans. They're not humans. They're there to do our bidding. They're here to serve us.
They're reptilian.
Yeah, they're reptilian
That's right.
fucking, they say overlords. I think we're the overlords. You don't vote
Preach,
a president
Billy,
in.
preach.
You don't vote a president to rule you. You vote a president to do stuff for you. He's got to work for us.
Yeah.
Preach.
His job is to make America good again.
Getting a little close there. Getting a little close there.
I liked it. He walked right up to the line and was like, "I disagree." And
Should
then
we
walked
start
away.
selling MAGA bandanas?
Yes. Wait, what did you call it,
Bandanas?
Billy?
MAGA bandanas?
Oh,
How
wow.
come they're
Look at
bandanas
you.
when they're MAGA?
Oh, because I don't wear bandanas. But
You do.
I wear
Oh, but you are
bandanas.
friends with Onision. Should I play the clip
I don't
from
know what that
Onision
means.
again?
What? I'm not familiar.
Oh, you're familiar, all right.
Now,
I-
define the nature of your friendship with Onision.
Oh, I uncovered a video of Onision saying the N-word with the hard R multiple times, over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And Billy was like, "But he's playing a character, right?"
Oh, I didn't say it like that.
What?
I said, well, obviously, this is some character, and it's taken out of context with just clips.
Oh my God!
I can't tell you, like, I can't defend it, but I can't tell you how
I would
egregious
have
it is
to
either.
defend it.
I can't tell you how egregious it is either. It's not acceptable, but it's like, who knows what sort of context this was used in? Because I know a lot of people that people here have probably watched on YouTube that have used the word, and they get away with it because it's a certain context. So I'm like, I would never fucking do that.
Yeah.
But I'm me.
And look, I'll defend Billy and say that I had a bit of a debate with my girlfriend on a tour because the tour guide said the word while talking about NWA, like groups like NWA, niggas with attitudes. I think that's okay. That's the group's name.
Sure.
What was the tour for? were they? Was it like a drive-by shooting tour?
It was in Europe, I think, right?
It was in Europe.
No, it was in New Orleans. It was
Oh, okay.
It was in
tour.
New
was a
Orleans.
funny-
And then when
Yeah,
you
it
went
was
to
a-
Europe, they happened to talk about Kanye and Jay-Z's song in Paris. So it was. It's just this tour thing keeps coming back to bite you in the ass.
Yeah,
It's fucked
See,
up.
I think if it's used in an educational sense, it's okay.
I mean,
okay. So Onision was using it in an educational sense, right, Billy?
I don't know. I don't know what sense he
you
was
don't
using it.
know? What do you mean you don't know?
Somebody took clips of him saying words and put them together,
Uh-huh.
and you present it to me, and what am I supposed to do with it? What am I supposed to do with a bunch of clips?
All
of
right, all
somebody-
right. Well, okay. I'm gonna play it. Here it is.
Nigger, what's up, all my niggers? Nigger. Everyone loves me more for saying nigger. Stupid niggers. Nigger.
What am I supposed to say with that? What am I supposed to say to that? Literally, it's just a compilation of him saying stuff.
Can I just say
Yeah.
that is objectively hilarious? Let me just say that. That is that is
Hannibal, what you should have said was, wait. Can a nigga speak on this real quick?
he is going at it, man. That is hilarious.
Yeah. He's a
Also,
sweet
how
boy,
does his
according.
hair look like hedgehog fur. How does he do that on the top? Is that like a white people thing, or is that like a? Do you got to use something specifically to? PT Ham says, "Why even censor it?" Right? You know what I'm saying? Like like, what's the point of the censorship? At that point?
Right. Are you talking about his hair here or earlier in the video?
No, his hair here. That's no the other one. That
That's
one.
like-
That looks like Yeah.
That's like you just went. This is like 1 to 2 weeks after boot camp kind of haircut. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like he wasn't, or he was in the military, but not during, not in this. But
Bruce Oaks says literally anyone else says the M word and Billy cringes and gets all butthurt.
It's true. It is true.
I'm not cringing here.
Not literally anyone else.
I think it's
Onision's the only white dude that can say it and get a pass from Billy.
There's no pass here. I'm not giving him a fucking pass. It's just, what am I supposed to say? Somebody put a bunch of clips together and threw it in my face. I didn't ask for this. Fuck. What do you want me to say? What the fuck do you want me to say? Let me say, oh no, it's fine for Onision to say that. He's got white privilege. I don't fucking, what the fuck am I supposed to say? Literally, you're putting this in front of me to fucking piss me off. That's fine. You got it. What the fuck? That's all I'm gonna fucking say about it. Let's throw shit in Billy's face. Okay, let's do it all the fucking time. This'll never get old. This will never ever get old. Okay,
all
fuck
right.
it.
One if it's old. 2 if it's not old.
3 if you don't give a fuck. Oh my god, I would love to stop defending Onision, but you guys bring him up like he's your favorite fucking friend. Holy shit!
I actually didn't. This is actually my first exposure to Onision. I've heard the name many times. This moment right now, live on the Drunken Peasants, is my first time being exposed to Onision. So
yeah,
I have thoughts.
Billy, I think you're a sweet boy still.
Yeah. I think you're a well-mannered boy myself.
I'm just trying to be well-mannered and sweet. I watched the season finale of the new show on Amazon, The Boys. Have you guys got watched this yet?
No, I'm behind, and all the trailers I've seen for it look so great. I'm pissed off at myself.
It's quality. I finally watched the last episode last night, and in the scene, one of the women is like talking to the other guy, and she's like, "You're my sweet boy. You're my sweet boy."
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, shit. Did someone do this on purpose?
But seriously though, does that piss you off?
What pissed me off?
Watching this?
What the fuck am I supposed to say to it? Onision's been around for 15 years, said a lot of fucked up shit. When Christina Grimmie died, he was like, "Where's your God now?"
Yeah.
Where's your God now? And I'm like, well, I would never fucking condone that, but what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah, there's
I need to do some research into Onision.
There's this other girl.
Any Onision videos I should definitely watch.
There's this other girl that everyone knew had an eating disorder. She got like really crazy thin, like maybe like under 80 pounds kind of thin. And Onision made a video acting like dressed like her, acting like he was her, doing a fake cooking show, eating the stuff, and then making himself throw up.
Wow.
Damn. Okay. He's the type of dude that I feel like I would definitely laugh at, but then I would also probably have to punch him in the face.
He makes drama content. Well, he still does, kind of.
Yeah. He's a very complicated human being, and the internet currently loves to hate him, so enjoy.
I don't know.
So you're saying that at some point they used to love him, but now they love to hate him? Am I gathering your tone?
He made
properly?
millions of views off of his YouTube videos for probably a decade. I think he was on YouTube for about a decade, maybe a little less. And he was getting, he's had 5 channels that all had over 100,000 subscribers, and 3 of the 5 had over 1 million. His current channel has 2 million subscribers, I think his main channel.
Yeah.
And another channel of his has over 2 million. And they are lucky to break like 20,000 views per
they're
video.
not where they used to be.
Yeah, so it's
is that because the YouTube algorithm is slowing his stuff down because of the type of content he makes, or is it because people have just gotten
both?
burnt out?
I would say.
I definitely
they've gotten Onision fatigue.
See, this is the thing. I don't think they've gotten Onision fatigue, because if you put out a video hating on Onision, there's good chances it's going to get 500,000 views, no matter how small your channel is. It's kind of amazing, actually, how it works. His name, as long as it's negative, does really well.
Let's see what's up with these peeps here. I'm going to turn this on. We'll see.
Marianne Williamson. Thank you. In 1776, our founders brought forth on this planet an extraordinary new possibility.
So she's basically she's doing the Gettysburg Address right now?
I love her.
Okay.
Thriving.
Is this
We have
like a
not
third grade
ever
book
totally
report?
actualized this.
Best-selling spiritual author.
But at the
Classic,
times
bro.
when we have done best, we have tried.
This is
And
J.K.
when forces have
Rowling.
opposed them, generations
J.K.
of Americans
Rowling
have
is
risen up
British,
and
though.
fought against
Yeah, but
it.
she's J.K. Rowling.
We
She's like,
did
ah,
that with
J.K.
abolition,
LOL.
and with women's suffrage and with civil rights. And now it is time for a generation of Americans to rise up again. For an amoral economic system has turned short-term profits for huge.
This is when everyone gets to make their opening statements, and this is. I don't even think we should waste the time with this stuff because it's all rehearsed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you want to get the unscripted stuff. You want to get the fucking whose line is it anyway shit.
Yes, I want them put on the spot. By the way, guys, if you're watching right now, please like the stream. Make sure you're still subscribed. Make sure we can get more people in here to watch this. We're all going to watch it together. And yeah, I've heard, I don't know what other streams are doing to like get in trouble for this, but we're usually okay doing it. So I don't know.
This guy,
I guess we'll see what happens.
Not a fan
I
of John
was going
Mulaney.
to ask you about that.
Yeah. I mean, like we did the last one; it got fully monetized and everything. Also we did a show about Mercedes Carrera and what's his name?
Epstein.
Epstein. They're in the thumbnail. Their names are in the title, and they're both accused of child molestation and stuff. And Epstein's charged with even worse shit. And that episode got fully monetized, but Vosh and V autistically arguing with each other for 3 hours couldn't get monetized. So YouTube's just full of shit.
You know what that tells me? The diddling business is good.
That's not even it, though. It has nothing to do with that.
Somebody said he looks like Homer Simpson. That's funny.
Kind of.
Travis Thompson. Yeah.
If he had jaundice,
he should run as Homer Simpson.
He looks like Gerald Ford's virgin grandson.
I'm from Ohio, and I've never heard of this guy before. He's from Youngstown.
You never heard of Tim Ryan?
No.
You got to say it like you know who he is, but other people don't. I don't.
You never heard of Tim Ryan? Yeah, Tim Ryan. Tim Ryan's a tool bag too. Weren't they
Tim
on different
the tool
debates
bag
last time?
Ryan?
Yeah, Tim the tool bag Ryan. He says he was on the other debate. I think then the last guy Delaney. I think they were both kind of like the sap.
Yeah, they're trash.
Their own debates.
They'll be gone very soon. All right. So I'll even say who I think is about to be gone. Everyone we've seen on the stage here talking, gone within 3 months from now.
Man.
They will be gone.
That makes me so sad. I love that woman, Marianne Williamson.
I predict Yang will be gone within 3 months, too.
Yang's already qualified for the October debate.
After the first primary, he's gone.
I'm just saying.
Wait, can we just acknowledge just Ben's laugh of disgust at that statement just now? That was amazing.
I spent all night arguing with this motherfucker about some of the dumbest shit ever.
I think there was very important topics.
We had a debate. We had a even if the topic was important, you turned it into like a total shit show.
I disagree. There was a reason.
You made the argument.
What's wrong with a shit show?
You made the argument that Stalin wasn't as bad as Hitler because Stalin was selfish and Hitler wasn't.
Well, let's be honest. Let's be honest. That was content for a private show. Making it public kind of cheapens.
That doesn't make it public. That's going to make people want to watch it even more.
I hate arguing. We had private show stuff.
We had to debate. Which was worse, Hitler or Stalin? I had Hitler and he had Stalin.
Yeah. And Hitler, there's a lot to be said about Hitler.
He was just doing it. You should hear his.
He was.
Oh my God!
A lot of people will say Hitler would have been unfit to see trial because he was mad almost. He had a mental disability.
Are you really going to keep doing
that's
this now?
That's what they say about Hitler.
It's over, dude.
That's what they say about Hitler. But Stalin, he was just a
She's
straight
gone
psychopath.
too. Most of these,
yeah, she's not.
This is the B team, except for I think Bernie and Warren are in this.
Stalin was a psychopath. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I like how they took. Is it true Bernie and Warren are in this debate? Because that means they just like. Oh no! Biden's in it too.
Okay.
All right.
That leaves a very interesting debate the other way around. Is that Booker Harris and Yang and what's her name, Gabbard?
Yeah, let's see who all's here, but I think this is mostly the B team with like, it might be the B team with the 3 front runners. Where's Harris now? Harris took a dive after the last debate. She's back under. She's like just at 10%. She was leading the pack for a little while back here, but she's back down. So the three leaders are Biden, Sanders, and Warren.
Wow, Gabbard is under 1 point.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, dude. We pay attention too much to memeage, or you do anyway. So you think Yang stands a chance. You think Gabbard stands a chance.
Yang has 2.0.
Yeah, he might as well have Windows 2.0 because that's about how much of a chance he stands.
I see a lot of people that like Yang. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you know,
to
everybody
underestimate-
who wouldn't want $1,000? You know what I'm saying?
To
I want
underestimate the
$1,000
power
right
of memes is to underestimate Trump winning in 2016.
2016's over, man.
The memes, Trump had the memes. He had the fucking little Pepe. He stole Pepe, rode that to the top. You could say a lot about
this guy doesn't stand a chance either.
Beto. He's got 2.8.
Beta O'Rourke.
Beta, baby.
Beta. Yeah, he doesn't got it. He doesn't have it. Sorry.
So let me ask you guys a question, and everybody in the chat chime in as well. Which one of these candidates that has no chance of being president is going to stay in the race way too long? Like, there's always that person that hangs around way too long, and it's like you have no chance, and they just stick around for a really, really long time.
Yang could be the Ross Perot.
He won't be.
Yang could be the Ross
Well, first of all,
Perot.
he can't be the Ross Perot because he's running for the same party as everybody else. And Ross Perot also came about during an election where there was no incumbent president.
Could he not go independent at this point? Is it too late for him to go independent?
Yes, he wants to be on the. I mean, yeah, he should have been ran as an independent from the get-go, but he'd probably be pulling even less if that was the case.
Well, yeah, but could he technically go independent at a certain point?
Are you serious, dude? You really think this is feasible at all?
I mean, could he?
I mean, maybe, but it would be a waste of time.
Dumb and Dumber in the chat thinks John Delaney is going to be the person that stays in too long. A couple people are saying Kamala Harris. A couple people think Yang is going to stay in too long.
Buttigieg is doing okay. He's doing good for
Marianne Wilson.
Buttigieg is like mid-tier.
I think Kamala Harris is going to stay in too long. I think she's going to
be
be that person that's going to be like, no, I'm going to stay and ride the wave.
Yeah.
So here's Elizabeth Warren, number 3. I don't even want to hear this. I know this is all bullshit, what they're all saying here. It's just going to make me cringe.
Yeah, this part's useless.
Yeah. I pre-wrote this to sound... actually, someone wrote this for me to sound good.
Yeah.
Like the stream, it'll make BENPAI happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm here for the blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks like my middle school
gym teacher,
vice principal.
Oh.
You know?
No, to me, she looks like the teacher that everybody hates, but she likes you for some reason.
She looks like my middle.
Okay.
My middle.
I can see that.
She looks like my middle school principal.
All right.
She's the fucking foreign language teacher that only speaks to you in foreign language.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That was Bernie. All right. I'll listen to Bernie. Whatever. I'll do it. I'll turn him on. Here we go.
Americans are uninsured or underinsured. But the healthcare industry made $100 billion in profits last year. Tonight, as we speak, right now, 500,000 Americans are sleeping out on the street. And yet companies like Amazon,
why is Larry David on the stage?
Profits did not pay one nickel in federal income tax. Tonight, half of the American people are living paycheck to paycheck.
Okay, yeah, you're right, Yang Gang Crown, with your weird making fun of the way Chinese people talk. Yeah, he could run, but I could run too. I could run as an independent. I guarantee you there's equal amount of a chance of me winning the presidency as Yang winning the presidency as an independent.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's called jack shit.
Yang appeals to both sides.
Grassroots movement to not
If
only
he comes
defeat
in through the
Trump,
Democratic
but to
Party and then goes
transform our
independent, he can
economy
pull
and
people
our
from both sides and give himself.
Which means he won't win. If anything, he'll just take votes. Dude, he's going to hardly take any votes at all.
Ross Perot had a really strong.
People who would vote for him as if he was the nominee wouldn't vote for him if he was just a third-party candidate, because a lot of people want to vote for someone who they think is going to win. So he's going to lose votes just on that alone.
Well, you could see the momentum change. You could see things change. We live in a world where information travels faster than ever before, and if people see that there's a flicker of hope,
I'll bet you $500 Yang doesn't win any primaries.
I want to bet money on that.
Okay.
Look. Once Yang wins, and I get my $1,000 a month, the first month I'll give you half of it, just because.
So Ben will have $1,500, and Billy will have $500.
Bankrupt because
There you
of
go.
medical bills. 30,000 people dying while the healthcare industry makes tens of billions of dollars in profit. 5 minutes away from here, John, is a country.
5 minutes
It's
away
called
from here.
Canada. They guarantee health care to every man, woman, and child.
It
as a
is
human
true.
right.
Canada's like obnoxiously close to Detroit. You can see Canada like right across the river right there.
Yeah.
Will come out with no bill at all. Health care is a human right, not a privilege.
human
I
right.
believe that. I will fight for that.
Thank
No,
you, Senator
he said
Sanders.
human, not
Congressman
human,
Whiting.
with a U.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's like the New York accent. Trump does it too. It would be interesting if Bernie got the nomination, because it'd be rich dude from Manhattan versus poor kid from Brooklyn. Like they're both about the same age, they're both from the same area, only one is from the not so rich area and one was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. So
it's also bad policy. It'll underfund the industry. Many
Thank you,
hospitals will
Congressman.
close, and it's bad policy.
Senator Sanders,
My name was also mentioned in this.
we're going to come to you in 1 second, but let me go to Senator Sanders right now. Senator Sanders?
The fact of the matter is, tens of millions of people lose their health insurance every single year when they change jobs, when their employer changes that insurance. If
It's
you
true.
want stability in the
It's true. Employers
I lost my health insurance last year.
Yeah, or they'll just switch providers. You'll be Blue Cross one day, and then you'll be Aetna the next year. Yeah.
My shit went up to $1, like, which isn't much, but I can't imagine somebody being on something that's not common. Like mine is like a common thing that a bunch of people take. So now I pay $1 a month for my meds. But
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. My medication on my older plan was like I hardly paid at all for it, like $1 or $2. Now it's like $120. So
Shit.
Yeah.
Choice. That's the American way.
Look,
Thank you, Congressman. Senator Warren?
so look, let's be clear about this. We are the Democrats. We are not about trying to take away health care from anyone. That's what the Republicans are trying to do. And we
Oh, my
should
God.
stop using
look at her coming in.
talking
Coming in.
points
Coming in
order
hot.
to talk with each other
That's right.
about how to best provide that health care. Now, I want to
Say words that the people want to hear.
Right. This is the cheap pop. This is when John Cena's in the ring in Boston. He's like, home of the Red Sox or whatever. Yeah.
Good health insurance.
Y'all like eating chicken?
and it's
We
not
got fried
nearly
chicken,
enough.
niggas.
I want to. I'm staying with you. I'm staying with you, but you exceeded your time, and so let me just stay with
Yeah,
you
shut
on
up.
Medicare for all.
All right.
Damn.
At the last debate, you said you're, quote, with Bernie
She's shaking.
on Medicare for all. Now, Senator Sanders has said that people in the middle class will pay more in taxes to help pay for Medicare for all,
They got her
though
mic
that
muted,
will
right?
be offset by
Hopefully.
the elimination of insurance premiums and other costs. Are you also, quote, with Bernie on Medicare for all when it comes to raising taxes on middle-class Americans to pay for it?
Giant corporations and
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, fellas, let's mute the broads mic, just like we did with the Chinaman in the last debate."
my grandmother used to say Chinaman all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
That's old
I
school.
was like, grandmother is like, come on, stop saying that shit. It's like, it's the year 2000. Stop saying Chinaman.
About $9,000 in medical bills that his insurance company won't cover. His wife, Rachel, is on the phone for hours and hours and hours begging the insurance company, please cover what the doctors say he needs. He talks about what it's like to go online.
Man, she's shakier than Katharine Hepburn's head in a helicopter
friends,
right now.
Family, and strangers for money so he can cover his medical expenses. The basic profit model of an insurance company is taking as much money as you can in premiums and pay out as little as possible in health care
So
coverage.
get rid of the insurance companies.
That is not working for Americans across this country.
Thank you, Senator.
Medicare for All will fix that, and that's why I'll
Thank you,
fight
Senator.
for
Just
it.
a point of clarification in 15 extra seconds. Would you raise taxes on the middle class to pay for Medicare for All, offset obviously by the elimination of insurance premiums? Yes or no?
Costs will go up for billionaires and go up for corporations. For middle-class families, total costs will go down.
Governor Bullock, I want to bring you in. You do not support Medicare for all. How do you
I mean, I'll pay a little bit more in taxes if it means I pay less overall for health care than I would for an insurance premium.
Had to be life flighted to Salt Lake City. But because we had good insurance,
who the fuck?
he's here
The
with
governor
me
of
tonight.
Montana?
At the end of the day,
Was this
I'm
guy
not
even
gonna support
around
any plan
before?
that
I didn't
rips
see him
away
before,
quality
yeah.
health care from individuals. This is an example of wish list.
I'm surprised the
economics.
governor of Montana is a Democrat.
Republicans wanted to repeal and replace. Now many Democrats do as well. We can get there with a public option, negotiating drug prices, ending.
Thank you, Governor Bullock. I want to bring in Mayor Buttigieg on the topic of whether or not the middle class.
The public option is not the same.
How much time do they get to talk? Because this is rapid fire.
Yeah, they're going pretty quick with it. I'm not sure.
Environment will be better than the corporate options. We can put it to the test. That's the concept of my Medicare for All Who Want It proposal. That way, if people like me are right, that the public alternative is going to be not only more comprehensive, but more affordable than any of the corporate options around there. We'll see Americans walk away from the corporate options into that Medicare option, and it will become Medicare for all without us having to kick anybody off their
Just
insurance.
15 seconds on the clarification. You are willing to raise taxes on middle-class Americans in order to have universal coverage with the disappearance of insurance premiums, yes or no?
I think you can buy into it. That's the idea of Medicare for All Who Want It. Look, this is a distinction without a difference whether you're paying the same money in the form of taxes or premiums. Look, in this country, if you have health coverage, if you don't have health coverage, you're paying too much for care. And if you do have health coverage, you're paying too much for care.
I want to bring in Congressman O'Rourke on the topic of whether the middle class should pay higher taxes in exchange for universal.
It's like what makes him qualified to be president? He lost to Ted Cruz. I mean, what the fuck? Why is he running for president now?
Losing to Ted Cruz in Texas was not that big of a loss because Ted Cruz was the incumbent and he was very close to beating him. And he was out of nowhere. He was like a nobody before that. He had Hollywood behind him. He had a lot of people behind him supporting him. He had this organic growth that you don't see in the Democratic Party a lot of areas.
Getting Hollywood behind you doesn't help in American politics. In some ways, it can turn people against you.
Well,
it depends on what politician, what celebrities are, or what Hollywood personalities are behind you, and how they're. What their favor is in that moment. Like, there's a lot of factors I think that play into that. So I think sometimes it helps, sometimes it hurts. I think right now a lot of these modern day celebrities, it would probably hurt more than it would help.
Yeah.
I mean,
my thing with all of this is, I'm for all the stuff they're talking about, but let's just be honest. What they're fighting for, all the questions should be like, all right, if Trump were to call you a bottomless border troll, how would you respond? Because we got to beat Trump.
Yeah.
How
do you think you beat Trump? Like that's the question we all want to know. How do you think? What are you doing? He's talking shit about you on Twitter.
Yeah. Like, I like all the ideas people are putting up, but like in game, you're fighting Trump. you're not going to win.
You're fighting
this dude's
Trump,
not going to win.
But yeah, well, yeah, like it's not going to be easy to beat Trump. But like, you can't look at Trump as the bad guy.
You know,
you have to look at the entire situation as bad, and Trump's a symptom of what politics have devolved into.
Yeah,
and you have to figure out a way to like beat him at his own game, but also bring your own game to the table and give people all. What the fuck are they matching?
Yeah,
Billy, your 15 seconds are up. Ben, I want to give you a chance to respond.
Okay, so Trump has pushed the Democratic base, not the politicians, but the base themselves, so far to the left that the candidates can't keep up. And I don't think any one of these candidates is far left enough for the younger Democratic voters, or the younger voters who would vote Democrat otherwise. The left,
Yeah, I agree. And that's the problem. Like, that's why I said what I said, because I think what this is, these are mini bosses fighting mini bosses. Trump's the big boss at the end. So
this is Goro fighting Vega.
Yeah.
I got you.
And
those are cross franchise.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Look, just for the role of for the sake of this conversation, I just needed to put it together. I should have said Saget, and I didn't.
So this is Game of Death, and Trump is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar up at the top floor of the tower.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Very, very apt. I like it.
Puking dog for the win.
Yeah, I love that scene where Bruce Lee makes it to the top floor and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's sitting in a chair, then all of a sudden he stands up and literally Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's penis is hanging right. I mean, not out, but his penis is right in front of Bruce Lee's head, height-wise.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee's daughter is mad at the way Bruce Lee was portrayed in Quentin Tarantino's new movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I haven't.
When I saw the scene,
seen it yet.
I went and saw it this weekend, and when I saw the scene, I was like, people are gonna get mad at this.
Bruce Lee's daughter had to have been very young when he died, very, very young.
Yeah, she was super young.
How well did she even really know her dad in person? I mean, whatever.
Well, I think that it's a retelling of Hollywood stories. It's not a factual telling. The
either way.
The character that Bruce Lee was on screen with was Brad Pitt's character, who's not based on anybody real life Hollywood either. So,
well, yeah, I mean, did you know some of the guys from The Doors? Some of the guys from The Doors were in the Oliver Stone Doors movie, but some of them were mad about the way they made Jim Morrison look like a narcissistic fool. I guess there was that side to him, but there was another loving, gentle side that they didn't show.
Mad Mardigan play Jim Morrison?
Val Kilmer.
Yeah, I need to watch that movie.
Dude, that was the role he was born to play.
Huh.
Yep.
Seriously.
He was a fucking phenomenal Jim Morrison.
And he sang all the songs. They didn't hire a singer to do that. He did it.
They have choices.
Anyway.
My plan, Better Care, is fully paid for.
He couldn't even speak his own lines in the
so when we think about
Snowman
debate,
movie that Val Kilmer was in a couple years ago.
That's because he has
throat cancer. Yeah, it was so sad.
I'd like to hear what you have to say about
Jake
Senator
Tapper
Warren's suggestion that
tweeted
those
at
on the
DP
stage
back in
who are
the
not
day.
in favor of Medicare for all
Tap that.
lack the political will to fight for it.
Well, obviously, I disagree with
Who
that.
is this guy?
Both of the senators to my right. I think it comes down to
That
that question
is
Hickenlooper?
John
Americans being used to being able to
Yeah, he's the former he's the former governor of
that
Colorado.
allows
That's who he
some
is.
form of Medicare, maybe it's a combination of Medicare Advantage and Medicare, but people choose it. And if enough people choose it, it expands, the quality improves, the cost comes down.
I thought
More
Biden was
people
in this
choose
one,
it.
but he's not.
Eventually,
Warren
in
and
15
Sanders
years,
are
we
the.
get there, but it would
So
be an
they
evolution,
basically
not a
want
revolution.
Harris.
Thank you, Governor.
They're taking
Senator
the two top
Warren.
people and put them with all the lower people.
Experiment with the insurance companies. And what they've done is they've sucked billions of dollars out of our healthcare system. And they force people to have to fight to try to get the healthcare coverage that their doctors and nurses say that they need. Why does every doctor, why does every hospital have to fill out so many complicated forms? It's because it gives insurance companies a chance to say no.
It's true.
And to push that
That's
cost
true.
back on the...
Yeah, any technicality an insurance company can get away with
Yeah,
they'll do it. They'll take it, but they'll still ask for their monthly premium every month.
It's really a big reason why the argument that public health care couldn't work in America. It's not because we have so many people that can't afford it. It's the way that the system is built against the people. It's like you're playing against the house here. They make all the rules, and they make literally they make up numbers. There's no price point for certain things. It's what they will make the public pay versus what the insurance companies will pay, and they argue and fucking maneuver the price differently because the insurance company has this sway with the hospitals,
and they're for profit.
Yeah, it's disgusting the way it's set up. It's a scam. And there's a reason why people are leaving Wall Street to go into the medical industry, because it's just open fucking money right now. It's open season.
You mean leaving the medical industry to go to Wall Street, right?
No, Wall Street people are leaving Wall Street to go take advantage of the medical world. Pharmaceuticals, and medical, like the medical industries. The way that they are scamming Medicare right now, there's big businesses opening up just to sell diapers to old people that don't even know they want them, because they know that they don't want them. They're free because Medicare covers it.
Senator Sanders, your response?
Let's be clear what this debate is about. Nobody can defend
I didn't say you can't change the system. I'm saying the system's fucking rigged.
What we are taking on is the fact that over the last 20 years, the drug companies and the insurance companies have spent $4.5 billion of your health insurance money on lobbying and campaign contributions. That is why, when I went to Canada the other day, people paid 1/10 the price in Canada for insulin that they're paying in the United States.
I want to bring in Congressman Tim Ryan. Congressman Ryan, your response?
So here we are in Detroit, home of the United Auto Workers. We have all our union friends here tonight.
I am still all about Bernie.
Yeah, Bernie's the one that he also stands the best chance at beating Biden at this point. So and I'm wondering, I'm not a big fan of Harris or Warren. But I'm wondering if they joined forces, if Bernie took one of those two as his running mate, if they could beat Biden.
I don't know.
Like if they teamed up ahead of time. I don't know, but that wouldn't happen.
I think so. I've been trying to figure out which combination would work the best. Like, should it be Biden and Harris, Warren and Bernie and Harris? Like, what combination makes the most sense? And it seems like it would be Biden and Warren, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Biden and Harris.
Harris is definitely like the candidate that the Democratic Party is would most want to have represent them. The DNC, she's so aligned with what they actually want, like not what America probably needs, but that corporate pro fucking prison industry, woman of color. Like there's so many targets that they love.
Here's something I've always wondered about health insurance. Why the fuck is dental insurance a separate thing from health insurance? Your dental health is directly tied to your overall health. I'll tell you what, I get a fucking infection in my toenail, that's covered under health insurance. I get an infection in my mouth, that's not covered under health insurance, but one's next to my fucking brain and one's not. You could cut my whole fucking foot off and I'd still be alive.
Yeah,
that's because most people will say that mouth and tooth pain is the worst pain they've ever felt, and they will literally do anything or pay anything to make that pain go away. So it's just like, the reason they do it is because they can. Period. That's it.
I think it's also because
when your mouth is fucked up. Oh yeah, you will do anything to get rid of that pain. Like I had an eye ulcer and a chipped tooth, and the chipped tooth was worse.
It's just like you have homeowners insurance, but then you have a flood and all your shit's taken away, and they're like, well, yeah, you had homeowners insurance, but you didn't have flood insurance. It's like, what? But what the fuck does homeowners insurance cover? Anyway,
you're going to create a two-tier market where wealthy people buy their health care with cash,
and the guys that have to you have to pay them to protect your business.
Acts of God too. Acts of God. Yeah, prove to me God exists.
I want to get Senator Sanders'
This is funny because We talked about this before with the plates on the front and the back. One of the problems we deal with in New Orleans is everybody in New Orleans knows to get flood insurance.
And the other bureaucratic things that they have to do today. Second of all, maybe you did that and made money off of health care, but our job is to run a nonprofit health care system. Furthermore, when we say $500 billion a year,
getting schooled by your dad, buddy.
All of the incredible complexities that are driving every American crazy, trying to deal with the health insurance company.
Thank you,
hospitals
Senator.
will be better
Congressman
off.
Delaney, I want to let you have a chance to respond.
Listen, his math is wrong. That's all I'm saying. That his math is wrong. It's been well documented that if all the bills were paid at Medicare rate, which is specifically, I think it's in section 1200 of their bill, then many hospitals in this country would close. I've been going around rural America, and I ask rural hospital administrators one question. If all your bills were paid at the Medicare rate last year, what would happen? And they all look at me and say, we would close. But the question is, why do we have to be so extreme? Why can't we just give everyone health care as a right and allow them to have choice? I'm starting to think this is not about health care. This is an anti-private sector strategy.
We're going to move on to the issue of immigration now. There is widespread agreement on this stage on the need for immigration reform, a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants, including Dreamers. But there are some areas of disagreement. Mayor Buttigieg, you're in favor of getting rid of the law that makes it a crime to come across the U.S. border
He's got too many
illegally.
G's in his name. That's what
He also has the word "but" in his name, and he's gay. So it's kind of like, you know.
Be illegal. We can argue over the finer points of which parts of this ought to be handled by civil law and which parts ought to be handled by criminal law. But we've got a crisis on our hands. And it's not just a crisis of immigration, it's a crisis of cruelty and incompetence that has created a humanitarian disaster on our southern border. It is a stain
He likes
on
to
the United
judge the
States of
booties.
Americans want comprehensive immigration reform. And
America's
frankly,
not
we've been talking about this
mature enough for him to be our president.
No. Yeah, I know.
Protections for dreamers, making sure that we have a pathway to citizenship for the undocumented, cleaning up lawful immigration. We know what to do. We know that border security can be part of that package, and we can still be a nation of laws. The problem is we haven't had the will to get it done in Washington. And now we have a president who could fix it in a month because there is that bipartisan agreement. But he needs it to be a crisis rather than an achievement. That will end on my watch.
Just a point of clarification. You did raise your hand in the last debate. You do want to decriminalize crossing the border illegally.
So in my view, if fraud is involved, then that's suitable for the criminal statute. If not, then it should be handled under civil law. But these show of hands are exactly what is wrong with the way that this race is being covered.
We're not doing that here.
We appreciate that.
Thank you. Congressman O'Rourke, you live near the U.S.-Mexico.
He tried to do a show of hands thing, and they're like, nope, not doing it. They shut down the show of hands request.
No, he said the show of hands is the problem.
Oh, okay.
He said this, having this show of hands is the problem with the way we do this. And he says, well, we're not doing that here anyways.
Card holders, more than 9 million of our fellow Americans, freed dreamers from any fear of deportation, and stopped criminally prosecuting families and children for seeking asylum and refuge, and for-profit detention in this country, and then assist those
You saying they all look alike?
America so that no family has to make
Hannibal's saying all white people look alike. That's what
I know.
Yeah,
they do.
Oh, man, look, I know that. Look, listen, I know the difference between Blue Plate and Miracle Whip. All right, these are two different white dudes. All right, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying they look like cousins. She looks like a fucking gym teacher.
So the problem.
I liked it when she was trying to say she was Native American and Trump made fun of her, so she got a DNA test.
It's what gives Donald Trump the ability to take children away from their parents. It's what gives him the ability to lock up people at our borders. We need to continue to have border security, and we can do that. But what we can't do is not live our values. I've been down to the border. I have seen.
She was doing that so she could identify as not totally white. And she always told this story like, yeah, my grandmother and my grandfather got discriminated against because white people couldn't date non-white people. It turned out that, yeah, her grandmother was probably like, 75% white. You know, it's...
To break
she just looks like when you go to her house, she's got like a bunch of dream catchers just everywhere.
She's trying to hand me a Werther's original. It's like, I don't want one of these fucking Werther's originals.
With what's going on in Washington is they're kicking the ball back and forth.
No!
Make sure whatever law
Elizabeth Warren, she gave me a Werther's original. She got my vote.
A vote for me is a Werther's original in every pocket.
Werther's original are really just sold to pedophiles, right?
That should be fairly fixable.
Right?
Well, and one
So they have candy in their pockets to woo the kids?
Why those though? Why not Starburst or something?
Because Starburst melt, and you can have a Werther's in there for like 12 years.
Werther's melt?
I don't know, man.
And it comes in that fancy fucking gold paper.
Because you see, you watch those Werther's commercials. It's always like some old man like, hey there, little boy, you want a candy? And you're like, oh, I'd love a candy. It's a Werther's original. It's just,
You've been watching some weird porn, Billy.
it's not, it's the commercials, dude. All the Werther's originals commercials.
Oh, okay.
You watch one Werther's original commercial from like the late 80s, early 90s, and you'll agree with
And
me.
what the bill will do
gotta
is
go
it'll
real far to
greatly
go
reduce
find
the
one of those
deficit
commercials.
and give us some money for border security and for border help processing the cases. And most of all, it will allow for a path to citizenship, because this is not just about the border. Donald Trump wants to use these people as political pawns.
Thank you, Senator
When we have
Klobuchar.
people all over our country that simply want to work
Thank
and
you.
obey the law.
Senator
So
Sanders,
one of
you
her
want to provide
eyebrows is
undocumented
way higher
immigrants
than
free
the
health
other.
care
Damn.
and free college. Why won't this drive even more people to come to the U.S. illegally?
This will have a strong border protections. But the main point I want to make.
Okay, you kind of just dismissed the question, Bernie. Come on.
Racism.
We'll have strong border protections. Okay, explain that.
Demonizing a group of people. And as president, I will end that demonization. If a mother and a child walk thousands of miles on a dangerous path, in my view, they are not criminals.
Okay, so criminality is based on how far you walk? I don't know, dude. Sorry. Come on, win me back here,
We've got
buddy.
to ask ourselves, why are people walking 2,000 miles to a strange country where they don't know the language? So what we will do the first week we are in the White House is bring the entire hemisphere together to talk about how we rebuild Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador so people do not have to flee their own countries.
Thank you, Senator. Governor
You know,
Bullock.
they just get there from America and then they send them there, and then the gangs and cartels fuck up the country, and then the people leaving and come to America. It's like a weird feedback loop. You know
Oh,
what
it
I'm saying?
is.
We make
It
it
is.
legal for people to buy guns at Sears and fucking Walmart, and then they just buy those guns and send them to Guatemala. Like, and then leave
like
Guatemala and come to America. Like,
criminalization of drugs raises the value of street drugs, so then it incentivizes people in other countries to create these cartels to produce the drugs and then smuggle them into the U.S. So so legalization would take the market away. It would pull the rug out from under
But it
the
also take
cartels.
away the political sway of our government allowing certain cartels to flourish while others don't. Well, the government is in. The military is often helping the cartels out. The CIA is often help the cartels out.
Good. Whatever you brought up, I have not verified if it's true or not. It could be another one of your crackpot conspy theories.
Actually, you know
but
what?
even if that's
I
true,
have a bunch of friends that serve in the armed forces.
That's a good thing.
That have told me when they were stationed in the Middle East, part of what they did was all they do was just transport drugs to the United States.
Yeah.
I heard that from a lot of
A couple
people.
of my friends that was stationed in the Middle East all tell me, it's like, yeah, man, we are just transporting fucking drugs.
well, in the Middle East, that's mostly heroin because that's where the heroin comes from.
Yeah.
But okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with our U.S. government not supporting any cartels. Like, I don't want supporting one over another. I want them all to go bankrupt.
That would be great, right?
Yeah.
But we don't get that because it's political sway and
That's
favor.
what I want to change. Well, anything you want to change that's established is political sway and favor.
Challenge
Yeah,
that Donald
but one
Trump
thing
is
changed.
president and
You have to
using this
address why
to
you
rip
can't have it, right?
families apart.
And then deal with it.
Wanting UBI is supporting something that'll take away political sway and favor from other people too.
But it's also some.
Yeah, twist it around. Twist it around again.
Okay, I'll just not talk about things. It's fine.
No. Oh, come on.
What you're saying is ignore the law. Laws matter. And it matters if we say our law is that we will lock people up who come here seeking refuge, who come here seeking asylum. That is not a crime. And as Americans, what we need to do is have a sane system that keeps us safe at the border, but does not criminalize the activity of a mother fleeing here.
Thank you. Congressman Ryan, are Senator Sanders' proposals going to incentivize undocumented
He's not
immigrants
ready for
to
this
come into
question.
His eyes are so wide open.
Right now, if you want to come into the country,
I feel like he was
you
crying
should at
before he
least ring the
went live
doorbell.
on air.
We have asylum laws. I saw the kids up in Grand Rapids, not far from here. It is shameful what's happening, but Donald Trump is doing it. And even if you decriminalize, which we should not do, you still have statutory authority. The president could still use his authority to separate families. So we've got to get rid of Donald Trump. But you don't decriminalize people just walking into the United States. If they're seeking asylum, of course we want to welcome them. We're a strong enough country to be able to welcome them. And as far as the health care goes, undocumented people can buy health care too. I mean, everyone else in America is paying for their health care. I don't think it's a stretch for us to ask undocumented people in the country to also pay for health care.
Senator Sanders, your response.
Well, two things. A sane immigration policy moves to comprehensive immigration reform. It moves to a humane border policy in which, by the way, we have enough administrative judges so that we don't have incredible backlogs that we have right now. But to answer your question, I happen to believe that when I talk about health care as a human right, that applies to all people in this country. And under a Medicare for all single-payer system, we could afford to do that.
Senator Sanders, thank you. Ms. Williamson, your response.
I like how it's interesting to me that healthcare for illegals is like something that they're talking about. Well, can you also provide healthcare for illegals then? And he's like, yeah.
We have a sickness care rather than a health care system. We need to be the party talking about why so many of our chemical policies and our food policies and our agricultural policies and our environmental policies and even our economic policies are leading to people getting sick to begin with.
Thank you.
That's what the
Isn't
Democratic.
she like an
but I want to say
author or
more about
something?
immigration.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you, Ms.
Spiritual author.
Go ahead.
Spiritual.
She definitely just got
Let's
out
turn now
the
to the
drum
issue of gun
circle
violence.
just now.
There were three large-scale shootings this past weekend in America. At a park in Brooklyn, on the streets of Philadelphia, and one that left 3 dead and 12 injured at a food festival in Gilroy, California. Mayor Buttigieg, other than offering words of comfort, what are you specifically going to do to stop this epidemic of gun violence?
Well, this epidemic of gun violence has hit my community too, far too many times. It's the worst part of being mayor, getting the phone call, consoling grieving parents. And we have a mass shootings worth of killings every day in this country. What we're doing hasn't worked because we haven't had a system in Washington capable of delivering what the American people have told us they want. 80-90% of Republicans want universal background checks, not to mention the common sense solutions like red flag laws that disarm domestic abusers and flag mental health risks and an end to assault weapons, things like what I carried overseas in uniform that have no business in American neighborhoods in peacetime, let alone anywhere near.
You didn't have to do that.
Yeah, no, he did. He was slick with it. I like it.
Was he slick,
Not
Willie?
me. He wasn't slick at all. That wasn't slick at all.
He wasn't slick to us. He didn't do that for us because we already have an idea who the fuck we want to vote for.
Yeah.
He's doing that for everybody. He's doing it for all of like the diet Republicans that are on the fence about where they want to vote and shit.
Yeah, he just moved his hips enough so that his dick grazed our hand. That's what he did.
Me too.
Your response, please.
I disagree with his
Please stand by,
diagnosis of
Senator.
the problem
Please stick
here.
to the rules.
Okay.
We'll get to you. We'll come to you in just a minute. Governor Hickenlooper, please respond.
Well, this is the fundamental nonsense of government. Another place where, despite our best efforts, we can't seem to make any progress. When I went to the movie theater in Aurora in 2012 and saw that footage of what happened at that crime scene, I'll never forget it. And we decided, that we were going to go out and take on the NRA. And we passed, as a purple state, we passed universal background checks. We limited magazine capacity. We did the basic work that, for whatever reason, doesn't seem to be able to get done in Washington.
Thank you, Governor. Senator Klobuchar, please respond.
This isn't just about a system, or it's not just about words. This is about the NRA.
Look at the eyebrows.
I
Look
sat
at that
across
shit.
from the President of the United States after Parkland because
Her
I've
one
been a
eyebrow's
leader
all
on these
higher, her other
issues
one's
and
way
have the
lower.
bill
Like
to
she's
close
doing
the
that
boyfriend
thing like
loophole.
when
And
The
I
Rock tells
watched
you
and
what he's
wrote
cooking.
down when nine
Like that.
It's like Billy taking a selfie.
You know what? She took a risk with eyebrows, and I like it. Okay, pays off.
I will
She's
make
giving
sure
you the
that we
people's
get
eyebrow.
universal background checks passed.
Is
the
that
assault weapon ban.
Brothers Original? That's just a nice old
I
man.
understand when that
That's just a nice old
boy
man.
died, Stephen Romero, when his dad said he's only 6 years old. All I can say is he's 6 years
Mayor
old.
Buttigieg, please
We have to
respond.
remember that.
Luring the
Exact
kid
same
in.
conversation
It's his
we've been having
grandson.
Since I was in high school.
Why is he petting that
I was
kid?
a junior when the Columbine shooting happened. I
Doss
was part of the
protest too
first
much. Maybe just like your buddy
generation that saw
Greg,
routine
you're afraid to
school
change a diaper.
We have now
I don't
produced the
trust it,
second
dude.
school
Okay.
shooting generation in this country. We dare not
man.
allow there to be a third. Something is broken, if it is even possible, for the same debate around the same solutions that we all know are the right thing to do. They won't prevent every incident, they won't save every life, but we know what to do, and it has not happened.
Thank you, Mayor. Senator Klobuchar, please respond.
Yes.
There's absolutely nothing
What is
inappropriate about
broken
that
is a
at all.
political system that allows the
Doth
NRA and
protest
other
too
large,
much.
big money to come in and make things not
Yeah.
happen when the majority of people are for it. The people are with us now. After Parkland, those students just didn't march. They talked to their dads and their grandpas and the hunters in their family, and they said there must be a better way. Then we elected people in the House of Representatives, and guess what? It changed, and they passed universal background checks. And now that bill is sitting on Mitch McConnell's doorstep because of the money and the power of the NRA. As president, I will take them
Thank
on.
you, Senator.
This is not about systems and words.
Thank you, Senator Klobuchar. Governor Bullock, how can Democrats trust you to be the leader on
Oh
this
my
fight for gun
God.
safety?
This guy
when
looks
you
like a
only
used
changed
car
your position
salesman.
to call for an assault weapons ban last
I'd like to
summer?
get you in a brand new, pre-owned Mazda.
What can I do to get you into this?
That was once owned by Seth Rogen.
What's the problem? Is it that you think you don't deserve to drive in such a fine vehicle?
You don't think you're good enough for this? I think you are.
Yep.
How about we take it for a test drive?
And look, I'll throw in the undercoating for free. just today, because I like you. I see you're a go-getter. I'll throw in the undercoating.
You want Seth Rogen's used Subaru? You come to me.
And then somebody buys that car, and it's like, I got Seth Rogen's old Subaru. And it'd be like, Seth
There was a
Rogen.
Seinfeld episode, but it was John Voight's car.
Yep, the John Voight car.
Yep.
It was the John Voight car and the Gore-Tex in the same episode, I think. Like, Gore-Tex is my shit.
I don't even want to listen to this guy.
Governor Bullock is from what state?
Montana.
Is he Montana?
In this country to gun violence, a number that no other country comes even close to, that we know what all the solutions are, and yet nothing has changed. It is because in this country, money buys influence, access, and increasingly
He's a
outcomes. The
Bugs
Centers
Bunny
for Disease
looking
Control
motherfucker,
prevented
isn't
from
he?
actually studying the
He
issue
is.
in the first place.
But
As
he doesn't
president,
have any
we will
of
make
Bugs's
sure that we
charisma.
ban political action committee contributions to any member of Congress or any candidate for federal office. We will listen to people, not PACs, people, not corporations, people, not special interests.
Congressman, thank you very much. Senator Sanders, you said this in 2013, just months after the Sandy Hook massacre, and I quote here, "If you pass the strongest gun control legislation tomorrow, I don't think it will have a profound effect on the tragedies we have seen." Do you still agree with that statement today?
I think we have got to do, I think what I meant is what President Obama said, and that nobody up here is going to tell you that we have a magical solution to the crisis. Now, I come from one of the most rural states in America. I have a D- voting record from the NRA, and as president, I suspect it will be an F record. What I believe we have got to do
He didn't get the
is have
applause he
the
wanted there.
Yeah, there was nothing. It was
finally
dead.
take on the NRA. 1988, coming from a state that had no gun control, I called for the ban of the sale and distribution of assault weapons. I lost that election.
Remember when the NRA
People license their guns, and then there you go. Fucking, they're there to put a dent in the situation. Why is it so difficult? I mean, I know why it's so difficult, but why is it so difficult? Just make people license their guns.
Yeah. Agreed.
Oh man, it's
we just need gun control in the form of everybody gets one bazooka.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like when you're playing GoldenEye and you play the version of the game where everybody gets the golden gun.
Yeah.
But
I'm
everybody
still
gets
odd
one
job.
bullet. Yeah.
Everybody gets one bazooka.
Does anybody really
that's
think
it.
we're going to overtake Citizens United?
Do you
without
remember when the NRA chose like a hot woman as their spokesperson?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
Yeah.
That was like, I mean, that was kind of relatively recent. They hired this woman to be their spokeswoman.
Oh yeah, Dana Loesch.
what? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
She did the interview with all the Florida school kids like not too long after the shooting and everything happened. Yeah, but you know, what's his name? Was it Charlton Heston? Wasn't he? He was
the spokesman for
a
while.
long time. So the image was him. So they replaced him with this lady because they were like, change our image. You know, like all these gun fanboys will drool over her, right?
They couldn't really use Charlton Heston
she's hot.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think she works for them anymore, though.
Every picture of her.
I don't think she
I'm not
works.
sure if I would. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're right though. Even the pictures where she's not like, because some people they have to be posing for a photo to look good in it. She looks pretty good in like even the photos that would be bad of most people when you're like mid talk, like, you know. So yeah, that's why they picked her because she's photogenic and everything. But yeah, I think she quit the job already.
Oh shit! I didn't know.
That
Couldn't
so many
take the
Americans
heat.
believe
She was there from
yada,
2014 to
yada.
2017.
It is time for us
Yep.
to start
Yeah,
over
after
with
the
people
shooting.
who have
The
not
shooting
taken, donations
made
from
her
any of
nice,
these
cushy
corporations
job a
and
living
made
She was
it
a
with
former
real
writer
moral
and
authority.
editor for
That
Breitbart.
is over. We are going to establish
She was. And had a
funding for
program,
federal campaigns.
on Blaze
That's what we need
TV.
to stand up to. We need to have a constitutional amendment. We need to have legislation to do it.
Thank
And
you.
until we do it, it's just the same old, same old.
Thank you, Ms. Williamson. The debate will be right back, right after this short break.
Man, she's on fire. At least she's passionate about it. I think she might be a little kooky, but you know, whatever. More power to her. Sometimes it takes a little bit of kooky.
She's very kooky.
You know what, Billy? You want to watch this video again?
No.
Oh, okay.
She's very kooky. That's why I like her. The last debate, she was like, "We're not going to beat Donald Trump with hate. He uses hate. We got to beat him with love."
Do you think she was medicated?
I doubt it.
Absolutely.
Everybody,
Yeah,
if you're
absolutely.
watching right now, please like the stream. Double check, make sure you're still subscribed. Everyone, please like and subscribe the stream. Let's, they're suppressing our asses right now for watching this
Yes.
shit. But I know how to do this shit and not get fucked with. As long as I stick to my guns the whole time and watch what the fuck I'm doing, I know what's up. So please like the stream. Please share it. They're not going to take our asses down. Fuck them. Fuck you, YouTube. I'm staying up and we're getting monetized, bitches.
Yeah.
I actually think that YouTube's a sweet boy.
You would.
I can't lie.
We had,
that was your Braveheart moment. That was your William
Thank
Wallace.
you.
If they
Thank
take
you.
our lives, we never take our freedom. Face ass.
Thank you.
I like
Yeah,
that.
and then Billy's the fucking cuck, the British cuck that cucks out to the fucking English instead.
I'm just saying, every time you talk bad about YouTube on their platform, they reward you with a fat fuck off. So let's just start being sweet boys. Tell YouTube they're
don't.
lovely. Let's say, "Hey Susan, how you doing? How you doing, Susan? We're just as icky," and then we'll become besties.
Hey, you know what? I'm not saying it's not going to happen. It could very well happen. But we did this exact same shit last time, and not only did we not get taken down, our video was totally monetized the entire time. So, I don't know. I think we're covering it in a way that's acceptable. I mean, if you want to just watch the debate, this is the wrong stream to watch because we're talking over it. I mute it completely multiple times, and it's off the screen right now.
We're analysts.
Yeah, we are. We're analysts. Last night, Billy and I did a debate. We debated multiple subjects. If you're not a patron, you should watch it. You'll also get a private show tomorrow. We're doing another private show tomorrow night. But we debated multiple subjects. We also watched some old school 1980s PSAs. Do you guys remember One to Grow On? And that's One to Grow On.
Yep. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Mr. T, and this is One to Grow On. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember that. Fuck
we
that
watched
shit.
a bunch of those.
Yeah. I used to like I like the brain on drugs ads, especially.
Yes.
You remember the ones with the girl with what's her name? Rachel Lee Cook? Is that her name?
Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Rachel Lee Cook. She was from She's All That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was she was in the remake of the Brain on Drugs one?
Yes, she was.
Was that from the late 90s or early 2000s?
Early 2000s, I'd say.
Is she the one that destroyed the kitchen?
That was her.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, they took the your brain on drugs angle and took it to a whole new level where she like trashes everything.
Wow. All right. So I have a question. So
Yeah, sure.
I heard last night, I saw in our Discord, G-Man was here on DP last night?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
I was chatting with him.
We were having debates. So naturally, G-Man won.
They're back.
Okay. I just want to
G-Man
tell
won the
DP,
debates.
we made that fucking song. Come find us. Hannibal and Monty.
Oh, it's done?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to put that out there.
President Trump
We
more
made the
than they
audacity.
want a candidate who agrees with them on major issues. Governor Hickenlooper, you ran a Facebook ad that warned, quote, socialism is not the answer. The ad also said, quote, don't let extremes give Trump 4 more years. Are you saying that Senator Sanders is too extreme to beat President Trump?
I'm saying the policies of this notion that you're going to take private insurance away from 180 million Americans who many of them don't want to give it. Many of them do want to get rid of it, but some don't. Many don't. Or you're going to, the Green New Deal, make sure that every American is guaranteed a government job if they want. That is a disaster at the ballot box. You might as well FedEx the election to Donald Trump. I think we've got to focus on where Donald Trump is failing.
I mean, everyone said
the word
that.
malpractice, and this is
I had friends that liked Bernie, but they were like, I'm going to vote for Hillary because I think she actually stands a chance against Trump. It's like, I don't think so. I think being more extreme and less moderate these days helps you win. Being more radical.
Of all of them, I think Bernie has the best chance of beating him.
I think so.
For sure.
2 years ago. Where's the small manufacturing jobs that are supposed to come back? Why are we lurching from one international crisis to another? All things that he promised American voters. We've got to focus on that and the economy and jobs and training so that we can promise a future for America that everybody wants to invest in.
Thank you, Governor. Senator Sanders, you are a
whatever
proud
that guy's
Democratic
saying,
socialist.
you
How do
know, also, it would be cool to see President Sanders hanging out with Killer Mike in the White House.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, that'd be awesome. Could you? Yeah, run. I would like to see Run the Jewels in the Lincoln bedroom. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
What are the chances Killer Mike gets added to the cabinet?
Oh shit! That would be
shit.
amazing.
Oh,
Selling Cripicola in secret out of a back window of the White House.
Not even in secret, right?
Killer Mike would take Ben Carson's job. That's what he would be. Awesome.
Yes,
Make
there
that
we go.
shit happen. Make that shit happen.
There you go. A vote for Bernie is a vote for Killer Mike. There you go.
I don't know if that's helping his case or not, man.
These radical changes.
I don't either.
They're not going to go along. You throw your hands up, but you haven't. I can do it. But you haven't implemented the plans. Us governors and mayors are the ones that we have to pick up all the pieces when suddenly the government's supposed to take over all these responsibilities and there's no preparation, the details aren't worked. You can't just spring a plan on the world and expect it to succeed.
Senator Sanders?
John, I was a mayor, and I helped transform my city. I have some practical experience. Second of all, interestingly enough, today is the anniversary of Medicare. 54 years ago, under Lyndon Johnson and the Democratic Congress, they started a new program. After 1 year, 19 million elderly people in it. Please don't tell me that in a 4-year period, we cannot go from 65 down to 55 to 45 to 35. This is not radical. This is what virtually every other country on earth does. We are.
Thank you, Senator.
the
I want to
odd
bring in.
guy out.
He has
Congressman
the
Ryan, you're from
madness in
Ohio.
his
It's a
eyes.
state that voted twice for Obama. and then went to President Trump in 2016. Please respond to Senator Sanders.
I would just say Hillary Clinton was winning in the polls too. To take a snapshot in the polls today and apply it 16 months from now, whenever it is, I don't think is accurate. Now, in this discussion already tonight, we've talked about taking private health insurance away from union members in the industrial Midwest. We've talked about decriminalizing the border, and we've talked about giving free health care to undocumented workers when so many Americans are struggling to pay for their health care. I quite frankly don't think that that is an agenda that we can move forward on and win. We've got to talk about the working class issues, the people that take a shower after work who haven't had a raise in 30 years.
Thank you,
if we focus on them, we'll win the election.
Thank you, Congressman. I want to bring Congressman O'Rourke. Your response, sir?
Bernie was talking about some of the battleground states in which we compete. There's a new battleground state, Texas, and it has 38 electoral college votes. And the way that we put it in play was by going to each one of those 254 counties. No matter how red or rural, we did not write you off. No matter how blue or urban,
lost.
we did not take you for granted.
Almost winning. I like how he takes almost winning and turns it into winning somehow.
It was very impressive.
It wasn't. you know, Texas was blue like, 50, 60 years ago.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, you're right. 50, 60 years ago, it's totally different.
So it's not totally unheard of for Texas to be blue again.
Well, not unheard of, but we're talking years of not just red, but Ted. Years of Ted Cruz. And Beto was coming out of nowhere, youthful new guy, and he was getting a lot of push, and he almost pushed Ted Cruz out.
Beto lost to the guy who lost to Donald Trump. Good point. That was in the chat. That was in the chat. That wasn't mine. I'd like to take credit for that, but
it was like when you're watching somebody, like an adult play checkers with a child, and you just watch them just jump over you like 8 times. Like I watched Ben set that shit up just now. I was like, damn. I was like, Billy, don't do it. He set you up. It's a trap.
Don't do it.
I see Pimp in the chat. Pimpy riding some escalators.
Was he riding escalators?
What's up,
Yeah,
Pimp?
right now. No,
wow.
I don't know. That'd be funny. He should do a stream from an escalator where he just keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down.
Forever.
I'll do that. Fuck, I'll go do that tomorrow. I'll do an escalator stream.
But you're not afraid of escalators like Pitmonk is.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll just keep doing it until they ask me to leave.
I took an escalator last.
Pitmonk is afraid of escalators?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely afraid.
He thinks it's going to like chew him up like bubble gum, basically.
Last year at VidCon, he ran up a flight of stairs instead of taking the escalator.
Yeah. It was me and Pimp and Kirsch, and we were like going up. Me and her got on the escalator and we were talking, and before I knew it, I heard like thump, 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 thump. And I looked to my left, and there's Pitmonk running up the escalator next to us like...
And he was at one of his more unhealthy states at the time,
at that
too.
point, yeah.
So, like, that was a lot of work for him to have made
Pitmonk's
that
head
escalator.
shrunk. His head is, like, way, way smaller than it used to be.
And he stopped doing cigarettes.
I think he used to hold a lot of his weight in his head.
I mean...
Because he showed me a before and after picture, and his head... It's like Beetlejuice shrunk his head.
Yeah.
Just real quick, I would love it if somebody could just take the debate and every time John Delaney talks, just overdub him with just Homer Simpson lines. Just I don't care what it is.
Can't win
every
friends
time.
with salad.
Yeah.
Can't win friends with salad.
Yeah, hold on.
All work and no play make Homer something.
Something. Go crazy? Don't mind if I do.
You remember when he got he got all fat because he
Hold on, I got you. Hold on.
Dial the phone.
I got this.
Yeah.
I got this on lockdown. So he's waiting for Warren to shut up. He's raising his hand. Let's see.
All right.
Hello? I'm Homer Simpson. Nothing.
Oh shit. There's not like long phrases.
Don't! No! Ooh, yeah! All right! Whoa! 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 Who took the funny pages? All right. Who took the funny pages? All right. You're living in a world of make-believe. My baby beat me up. You're living in a world of make-believe with Daddy's home. 3 beautiful women. 3 beautiful women. Can you tell me his name? Oh, brother, where art thou?
Senator Warren.
He talks about solutions that are workable. We have tried the solution of Medicare, Medicaid, and private insurance. And what have
I'm
the
laughing
private
so much
insurance
my
companies
face hurts
done?
right now. It's
They've
just
sucked billions of dollars out of our healthcare system. They've made everybody fill out dozens and dozens of forms. Why? Not because they're trying to track your health care. They just want one more excuse to say no. Insurance companies do not have a God-given right to suck money out of our healthcare system.
Thank you,
and 2020 is our chance.
Thank you, Senator.
Senator
Thank you.
Sanders.
Thank you, Senator. Thank
I
you.
thought she was going to say they don't have a
Detroit was
goddamn
mentioned.
right to take
The
our
light of
insurance. I was like,
Detroit
yeah,
was
do that
rebounding.
shit. Get
Damn,
wrong.
Let
dirty
us
grapes.
understand, Detroit was nearly destroyed because of awful trade policy, which allowed corporations to throw workers in this
It's funny because
community out on the
Republicans will say
street as they moved to
Democrats
low-wage
destroyed Detroit
countries.
because they were in
To win
charge.
this,
So I guess for Bernie, I'm going to have to use this.
Pathetic morons in my employ stealing my precious money. I know what I hate. I heard that. I want my tea.
Mr.
Oh
Burnsy
dear,
Sanders?
heaven forfend. Da! Bucktooth, am I? Bony arms, are they? Liver spots, did I? Shut up. You're pleased with your current appearance?
I'm about to go binge watch The Simpsons.
All right. So this person's getting asked a question. Okay. I guess.
Amy,
What happened? This is my family and we're not going. Stop it. Stop saying those horrible things. It's just that he's so self-centered. First, please heed this call. I don't want to snuggle with anybody who's not letting me express myself. I don't want to wait another minute to find out whether you love me anymore. You're everything that I hope for. You are so beautiful. My one, my love, my all.
Yes.
Shh. Ooh. Bien. 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 My name is Marge Simpson. This is my family, and we're not going anywhere. We're all going to have to live together, so you better get used to it. Good night.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Singe Graphics said this whole debate was set up by CNN in an attempt to discredit Bernie. Almost every question seems like
should
it's meant
she be
to
Lisa?
belittle him and his policies. CNN hates the guy.
No, she was a great Marge. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought Elizabeth Warren would have been a great Marge, but now that you've done it with Amy Klobuchar, who will have no more speaking time tonight, I think it was fantastic.
Hold on. I need to get
a little bit more speaking time.
That's Millhouse right there, if there's any Millhouse.
Yeah, you know what? I was thinking the exact same thing. It's true. It's true. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's plain to see. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out!
I'm freaking out!
School's out! Up your kerfuffle! My mom says I'm the handsomest guy in school.
Oh, dude, I know someone who's totally missing. Oh shit, are we back to Homer now?
Yeah, we're back to Homer. We're back to Homer.
Doe.
Oh, Bernie Sanders.
Why
is
isn't this
Grandpa
sweeping
Simpson.
plan
Yeah,
to fight
yeah.
the climate crisis realistic?
Knock it off! No! I am nature's greatest miracle! You make me sick! Your family is better than my family. You stink! You and your whole lousy operation stinks! I quit! You're fired! Take that, you are a senile, buck-toothed old mummy with bony girl arms, and you smell like an elephant's butt. The hell with this.
All right. Oh my God.
Have to innovate our way out of this problem. I'm going to create a market for something called direct air capture, which are machines that actually take
People were asking
carbon
where's
out of the
Ralph.
atmosphere.
I was gonna make one of these people Ralph Wiggum. Yeah, probably Buttigieg.
I don't think we'll get to net zero by 2050 unless we have.
You choose me? What's
sleep in a drawer.
I sleep in a drawer.
It's realistic. It's a bet on the U.S.
It's true.
And creates the incentives to get us
Thank
to
you.
net zero by 2050
Thank
for
you.
our kids.
Thank you, Congressman. Senator Warren, you're a co-sponsor of the Green New Deal. Your response to Congressman Delaney.
So, climate crisis is the existential crisis for our world. It puts every living thing on this planet at risk. I have a plan for a green industrial policy that takes advantage of the fact that we do what we do best, and that is innovate and create. So I've proposed putting $2 trillion in so we do the research. We then say anyone in the world can use it so long as you build it right here in America. That will produce about 1.2 million manufacturing jobs right here in Michigan, right here in Ohio, right here in the
Right here in
industrial
Ohio?
Midwest.
What?
And the
You said
second thing we
Michigan,
will
not
do
the
is
same
we will then
place.
sell those products all around the world. Right now, for every $1 the United
you.
States spends trying to market around the world,
Thank you,
China's
Senator Warren.
spending $100.
Thank you, Senator Warren. Governor
Yeah,
Hickenlooper,
thank you,
take
Warren.
issue with
Shut
the
up.
Green New Deal. Please respond.
I've seen so many
Well, I think the
concerts in this theater that they're in right now. This is the Fox
really?
Theater. Yeah, this is the Fox Theater in Detroit. It's really nice place.
We have to recognize, I mean, everyone's got good ideas. What we do in this country is no better than just a best practice, right? It's what we do here is a best practice and a template, but it's got to be done all over the world. So we've got to be building bridges right now with people like China who were cheating on international agreements and stealing intellectual property. We need to work on that, but not with the tariff system. We need every country.
All right,
working
watch
together
out
if
for
we're gonna
this guy.
really
He's
deal
talking about
with
stealing
climate change in
intellectual
a realistic
property.
way.
Thank you,
No
Senator
more-
Warren. Your
No
response.
more fair use
I put
under
a
this
real
guy.
policy on the table to create 1.2
She's trying to bury this
million new
dude. Good
jobs
job.
in
Put the
green
nail in the coffin,
manufacturing. There's going to be a
Warren.
$23
Put these
worldwide market for
these
this could
sub
revitalize
1%ers in their
huge
coffins,
cities
please.
across this country.
This
And no
intellectual
one wants to
property
talk about it.
conversation
What you want to
it
do
seems to be
instead
driven
is
against
find a
China, right?
Yeah.
They're using China as like the
It's a red
attacking
herring.
point.
Yeah. I mean, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
I could rip a bunch of movies easily and redistribute them. It's not China.
But it's like they're definitely using China as like the drive for this, but
Oh man, yeah, that's one thing about the Democrats. They love to attack China and Russia a lot. I almost feel like we would have a war with Russia if we had a Democrat president.
that's what everybody was saying with Hillary, right? Was
Right.
that we were going to go.
I mean, you could tell Hillary really wanted to escalate against Libya too. Libya was kind of her. I mean, like that's what she wanted to paint her legacy behind. You know, while she was Secretary of State. You know, she wanted to do a really good job in Libya as Secretary of State and then use that as a way of positioning herself as ready to be president. But Libya was a fucking disaster. You know, we didn't overthrow Muammar Gaddafi, that like his own people did. We may have influenced some of that, but it was an uprising that did it. And then our ambassador got killed. And you know, God, I'm sorry, I'm a little high. What do they call that thing? Embassy. Our embassy got fucked. Anyway, I forgot the word embassy for a minute. That was erased from my memory banks.
Who actually make money off of regenerative agriculture.
Did you hate when you forget a word and it's there, like you know it's in your brain, but you can't think of it?
Hey, I want to respond to only the facts in the chat. He says, which is politically correct, the term people of color or colored people? Definitely people of color. Let me go ahead and just save you. Just people of color. You definitely don't want to go around calling people.
It's interesting though because it is all syntax. I mean, like someone who speaks Spanish would say colored people, right?
Yeah. But
I don't know.
It's and Monty and I were having this conversation the other day. Like, I was an English major in college. It's not the words themselves, it's the connection the words imply. That's what we're negotiating.
Yeah.
And to the people who are offended by, like, if you want to know which one is gonna rub people the wrong way, colored people is gonna rub people the wrong way.
And Ian Dubois, just say black.
Yeah.
For a while, black was not right as well. That's what fucked people up, right? Like, you weren't allowed to call someone black, and it's like,
it's interesting. Like, two of the biggest organizations have kind of faux pas, NAACP and the United Negro College Fund. Both, it's like both kind of weird. Like, you wouldn't call people that today, but they're like huge organizations for the black community.
This is my homeboy Hannibal. He's a Negro.
Right.
That's hilarious. Funny.
I don't even know.
That definitely needs to, maybe change, like lean into the 21st century on that.
I'm pretty sure the NAACP was started by white people, though. And it was probably named by white people, too. I think it was, honestly. Pretty sure, originally.
The National Association for the Advancement of Colored People.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things, like, they've used the term, like, if they've been the NAACP for so long that now they feel like, well, this is what people know us as, so we got to just stick with this. Like, we don't want to rebrand. I'm like, no, man, just look. It's 2020. Just go ahead and rebrand. Do that.
Yeah, I mean, there's already, like, in some ways, a negative stigma sometimes attached to the organization, so rebranding might even be better anyway. Because I think a lot of times people have kind of looked at some things NAACP has done and been like, huh, really? So
yeah, I always thought the same thing with the Black Lives Matter movement. As soon as it became Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter, and it was like the argument became about the wording, I was like, just change the narrative, just change the name of the organization to Hands Up, Don't Shoot.
I'm saying it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your cause is. When you're like standing in the road blocking traffic, be careful. You probably shouldn't do that. You might get run over.
Yeah, stay out of the road.
Yeah. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, we agreed. We
just
found
stay
that
off the
place.
road so you don't get pulled over by police officers and you won't get shot. It's fine.
That's another
It's fine.
fair point, Billy.
Just quit driving.
Fair point. Yeah. Just don't drive anyway.
I actually tell that to young black kids all the time. I just be like, look, man, like 95% of your problems with the police is gonna come from driving. So just
it's true.
Don't.
Make sure both your headlights work.
90% of your problems come from driving or being seen.
Yeah.
So don't do either one of those.
Don't be seen. Like, if you could just, like, if everybody could just wear a mask all the time.
Yeah.
See,
that might work against you sometimes.
Yeah. Just when you go to the bank, wear a mask.
2020. There you go. Vote for Hannibal. You know what I'm saying? Hannibal for president.
I honestly think
everybody gets a mask, and all your dreams come true.
I almost feel like, though,
I will grant one non-racist wish for every American.
I almost feel like in some situations a mask might be more likely to get you shot.
Well, yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
We're not arguing.
They're like, oh, it's a terrorist over there in the mask.
Yeah. So look, it's like I won't go to obviously the bank or the gas station with the mask on, but I can go to the airport and it's not a big deal. I've flown with my mask on. And it's like, all right, and go right through TSA.
All right.
Really?
Not this type of mask, right?
For the record, everybody listening, I do not recommend you do that. All right, okay. I'm a boss. All right, don't do what I do. All right.
Yeah.
I'm motherfucking in Bison. All right.
They wouldn't let you do if you were crossing an international border. They would not let you do that. They literally would not.
Well, so here's the thing. You know what mask I'm wearing though? Because I'm not wearing this mask. I'm wearing the motherfucking Japanese people at the airport mask.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Koreans, whatever. You know the ones.
They might ask you to take it off, though. I've been asked to take my sunglasses off before. So,
Yeah. They'll be like, hey, we just need to see this. Say, cool. I pull it to the side. They take a peek. Boom. Keep it moving.
Sometimes they feel up my nuts.
Really?
At the airport, yeah. Because of how big I am, I guess it makes the machine read some false shit.
It gives them a big hard on.
Yeah, and my clothes are so baggy. They're like, we just got to feel up those nuts real quick. I'm like, okay.
Do they look like they're enjoying it?
No, they look like they're tired of dealing with fat people all day. Because like they can see fat people coming through. They're like, fuck, we know this is gonna false register.
Yeah.
Let's
they
get ready.
see you in the line. They're like, we got to touch this dude's balls. Frank,
Yeah.
I touched the last set of balls. That one's yours.
Yeah, they send like a girl up to touch the women's cooter, and then the dude come touch the balls. They never have like the cross contamination examination. So there's a science to it.
All right.
Yeah. Vote for Hannibal. Know what I'm saying? That's right, Spec. You got it. That's yeah. Hannibal Monty 2020.
There you go. That's perfect. Yeah, Hannibal can be president, and I can be vice president and not do shit, but keep setting up shit shows. It's perfect.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. We'd have the best shit shows if we were president and vice president. Man,
Live from the White House.
Awesome.
Yep. Let's do it. I'm down. Came for the debate, stayed for the balls. That was Jackson. That one was Jackson Finley. All right. I think I said that right.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Black Lives Matter, I do have this insightful tweet by a guy named Onision, and it says, Black Lives Matter? What the fuck is a black life? Last time I checked, we're all just people.
Yeah, it's so.
Come on, Onision.
Yeah, I just see, it's like I literally watched him dig the hole. You know what I'm saying? And then put all the fake sticks and shit on it. And he's like, yeah, come for me. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You see, I'm not going to touch that shit. We're going to stay focused on G-Man.
Yeah.
I'm watching you, G-Man.
G-Man, well,
onion.
Onion boy. Watching us. Right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's watching us, and he's afraid to mention us.
You need a voice from the heartland.
Thank you, Senator
G-Man?
Klobuchar. Ms.
I'm
Williamson,
sorry.
what's your response?
Is Onision messaging you, Billy?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. G-Man will not say our names.
Why
he
not?
will skip past our names when we're mentioned.
Why?
I don't know why. Like,
is he racist?
No. He doesn't want to admit that we made something that he absolutely loves. And I know you do, sweetie.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what he's doing here.
So just as a friend, Monty, don't ever call him sweetie again. Don't call nobody sweetie. Just
I'll call him that. He's the only person I've ever called that in my entire life.
Believe me,
Right
sweetie,
now,
got
today.
enough to feed the needy.
That's right. Right now, tonight, first and only time I've ever said that. So, like, come on. Like, why the fuck?
I asked G-Man if he wanted to come on again. He said he named a bunch of people he wanted to talk to, but you guys were not one of them.
No, he doesn't want to talk to us. He doesn't even want to say our names.
No.
That's weird, don't you think? Why do you think he's doing that? Because he'll confront most people.
Because we haven't actually said anything bad about him. But he doesn't know who the fuck we are. We're a mystery. Are we atheists? Are we Christians? You don't know, G-Man. We've never said.
Yeah, and that's how he categorizes everybody.
Yes, we've never said and probably never will.
Atheists or so-called Christians. That's what he said.
Yes.
You know, you're not just a Christian, you're a so-called Christian.
And look, I'm going to say this right here. I like you, G-Man. I like G-Man. G-Man's a cool guy, but stop being a bitch.
I've had conversations with G-Man that were cool. And then
I watched WrestleMania with G-Man. Almost all of WrestleMania with G-Man. You guys should have came. If you guys would have come to that stream, you would have met G-Man. You would have. He was there almost the whole time. He wanted to see if Kofi Kingston would win, so he was here with us like the whole time.
I just think his whole everything else is so boring to me about him. I really am not a G-Man fan, but when he's just talking, I'm all right with just talking with him. But I just.
But have you heard his bars though? 'Cause, like,
they're terrible.
You know what's crazy? I was invited onto Casey Tron's slut stream tonight, but I'm doing this instead.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wait, what's a Casey Tron?
Casey Tron is the queen of Twitch thought trolls, basically.
Oh wow.
Yeah, let me. You know what? That's so. I cannot believe you just asked me who Casey Tron is. I gotta take a hold on.
Ooh, wait, turn this up. I want to hear what he says. What makes you the best candidate to heal the racial divide?
Okay, all right.
What you
Yeah,
gotta say about that,
I guess we gotta watch the fucking debate.
Before Ferguson, why is it now that 5 years after Ferguson we still don't have anything? How do we get affordable housing? We create a scholarship fund for every kid. You got to deliver a vision like that for the whole country.
Thank you, Governor. Senator Warren, I'm coming to you now. Last week, the FBI Director Christopher Wray said that the majority of domestic terrorism cases this year have been motivated by white supremacy. In fact, the alleged shooter in this weekend's attack in Gilroy, California, referenced a well-known white supremacist book on social media. How are you going to combat the rise of white supremacy?
We need to call out white supremacy for what it is, domestic terrorism, and it poses a threat to the United States of America. We live in a country now where the president is advancing environmental racism, economic racism, criminal justice racism, healthcare racism.
What is environmental racism? What is that?
Better
I don't know.
is to fight back and show something better. So I have a plan, for example, on education that says we have to build a better education system for all our kids, but we've got to acknowledge what's happened on race. So my plan has universal tuition-free college for all of our kids, but also increases the Pell Grants and levels the playing field by putting $50 billion into historically black colleges and universities. It cancels student loan debt for 95% of the kids with student loan debt and helps.
You know, in Ohio, there's Oberlin College, and that was like one of the first desegregated universities in the United States. If you go and look at the alumni from that school, it's fucking crazy. Especially all the like actors that have come out of there. Avery Brooks went to Oberlin. And Patrick Stewart was actually a teacher at Oberlin, but we're like right before he started working on Star Trek. Yeah, they have a huge theater program there.
That's awesome. You know, fucking Picard and Cisco.
Yeah.
College. I like that shit.
That's Starfleet Academy right there. Fuck.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch. Like if you look it up, like all the notable alumni and notable faculty section, it's just huge. We'll come back to this, but since you asked who Casey Tron is, I'm gonna play this because this is Casey Tron explaining who she is. And
oh my God, here we go.
Yeah, hold on.
My
I have to turn.
I'm a professional female gamer. This is actually going to be one of my first YouTube videos. I wanted to kind of make this YouTube video so I can introduce myself to the YouTube community and kind of intertwine my community with the YouTube community so we can make another community on YouTube. Now that we've got introductions out of the way, I kind of want to speak for myself. I have a lot of people that want to do a lot of speaking for me, but I can actually speak for myself. So I would like you to allow me to do that today. I started gaming at a very young age. Whenever I was really young, I was probably about a baby. Sorry, I'm just trying to recall. You know, a lot of people think that I'm a fake girl gamer, and I just want to say this right now. Before any names start being called and words start being thrown around, I am not a fake girl gamer. I'm a real girl gamer. I've been gaming my whole life. I can actually name 10 games off the top of my head. 10 games.
Okay, wait.
Zelda,
Pause this.
Mario, Farmville, Sims, Sims 1, Sims 2, Sims 3, Sims Nightlife. Mario.
She's doing pretty good.
She's great. She's a pro girl gamer. All right.
I can name 10 different types of Resident Evil games. Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3. All right.
Here's Casey Tron's resume too. My quest only as a female gamer, not only as a female gamer, but as a professional female gamer, is to add betterment to the greater gaming hemisphere that exists in our nation.
Her qualifications: I have a long history of gaming at a competitive level. I first started out playing Nintendo whenever I was very young, as well as Super Nintendo, as well as many others. I was very well known in the Counter-Strike and Call of Duty as being a female gamer.
Languages American only.
What the fuck?
Oh my god. She's a troll, dude. She's a troll. She's like a total.
Yeah, that's
She's
what
an
I
angel.
gathered.
Yeah.
Address
She's
healthcare
never done a
disparities,
thing
but I will
wrong in her
also
life.
sign into law
She's great.
Sheila Jackson Lee's
She's actually
reparations
really
bill
funny.
so
To
that we
me.
can have the
Some
national
people hate her.
conversation we have waited too long in this country to have.
Thank you, Congressman Rourke. Speaking of reparations, Miss Williamson, many of your opponents support a commission to study the issue of reparations for slavery. But you are calling for up to $500 billion in financial assistance. What makes you qualified to determine how much is owed in reparations?
Well, first of all, it's not $500 billion in financial assistance. It's $500 billion, $200 to $500 billion, payment of a debt that is owed. That is what reparations is. We need some deep truth-telling when it comes. We don't need another commission to look at evidence. I appreciate what Congressman O'Rourke has said. It is time for us to simply realize that this country will not heal. All that a country is a collection of people. People heal when there's some deep truth-telling. We need to recognize that when it comes to the economic gap between blacks and whites
I think the
in
people
America,
that need reparations paid to them are long dead at this
never
point.
been dealt with. That
Honestly,
great
that's
injustice
just my
has had to
opinion.
do with the fact that there was 250 years of
that.
slavery followed by another